Welcome to the WION podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore how the first aircraft carriers emerged, transforming simple ships into powerful floating airfields. From early takeoffs on wooden decks to the creation of steel giants, these 5 moments show how navies learned to command both sea and sky. The aircraft carrier did not appear fully formed. It evolved from experiments and urgent wartime needs at the start of the 20th century. Navies converted existing hulls, colliers, cruisers, battle cruisers, and merchant liners into platforms that could launch and recover aircraft. These improvised ships proved the concept. Sea-borne air power extended reach, altered tactics, and, within decades, replaced the battleship as the decisive capital ship. It all began with colliers turned into carriers. One of the clearest examples of conversion is USS Langley, CV-1. Launched in 1912 as the collier USS Jupiter, she was converted in 1919 into the U.S. Navy's first aircraft carrier. Colliers were useful conversion candidates because their hulls were robust and offered large cargo holds that could be adapted into hangars. Langley proved the practicality of a flight deck, but also revealed early problems with arresting gear, deck handling, and aircraft maintenance at sea. Battleships and battlecruisers found new purpose under treaty limits. The Washington Naval Treaty of 1922 restricted new battleship construction and created an unexpected growth path for carriers. Several nations repurposed incomplete battlecruiser or battleship hulls as carriers rather than scrap them. Japan's Akagi and Kaga and the United States' planned Lexington-class conversions, which produced Lexington and Saratoga, all began life as capital ship designs. Their large hulls allowed more fuel, aircraft, and ordnance, characteristics that made these early fleet carriers formidable. A revolution arrived with the first full-length flight deck. The Royal Navy's HMS Argus, completed in 1918, is widely credited as the first carrier with an unobstructed full-length flight deck. Unlike earlier hybrids, which retained superstructures that interfered with flight operations, Argus offered a clear deck from bow to stern. That innovation simplified takeoff and recovery, and set the template for future carrier design, even as navies continued to experiment with catapults, arrestor wires, and island superstructures. Japan led the way with the first purpose-built carrier. While many of the earliest carriers were conversions, Japan built one of the first purpose-designed carriers, Hosho, commissioned in 1922. Purpose-built ships could be optimized for aviation. Hangar layout, deck length, and magazines were designed from the outset to support sustained flight operations. Hosho showed how doctrine could follow design, and Japan's rapid carrier development in the interwar period would have clear consequences in the Pacific. Even merchant liners joined the transformation. Not all conversions came from warship hulls. Fast merchant ships and ocean liners were attractive because of their speed, range, and accommodation. Some early seaplane carriers and escort carriers began life as passenger or cargo vessels. Their conversion was quicker and cheaper in wartime, enabling mass production of escort carriers for convoy protection in the Second World War. These smaller carriers proved invaluable for anti-submarine patrols and local air cover. The earliest carriers were pragmatic answers to new tactical questions. Conversions taught navies what worked and what did not. Deck length, aircraft handling, fuel capacity, and integrated command systems all emerged from experience. By the 1930s, purpose-built fleet carriers had become central to naval doctrine. The improvisation of the 1910s and 1920s thus seeded a revolution. Carriers moved from ad hoc conversions to planned, powerful instruments of state policy and war. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more captivating stories to come. Stay